Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Today we will learn another portions of our chapter that is from the book Understanding Society. The chapter name is Introducing Western Sociologist. Last portion is only remain. So the last Western thinker is Max Weber. Max Weber, he was a very popular German sociologist and social thinker. Max Weber was one of the leading German social thinkers of his time. Despite long periods of physical and mental ill health, he was left a rich legacy of sociological writing. He wrote extensively on many subjects but focused on developing an interpretive sociology of social action and of power and domination. Another major concern of Weber was the process of rationalization in modern society and the relationship of the various religious aspects of the world and its processes. So, first of all, in our NCERT book, we have to follow two things. Your book page number is page number 78, 79. For the Max Weber, we have to study two things. That is, one is interpretive sociology, and another one is the bureaucracy. Now, today our topic is Max Weber, interpretive sociology. Max Weber argued that overall objective of the social sciences like the sociology, anthropology, psychology was to develop an interpretive understanding of social action. These sciences were thus very different from the natural sciences, which aim to discover the objective laws of nature governing the physical world. Since the central concern of the social science was with social action, and since human actions necessarily involved subjective meanings, the methods of inquiry of social science also had a different type from the methods of natural science. According to Max Weber, social action included all human behavior that was meaningful, that is, action to which actors attached a meaning. In studying social action, the sociologist's task was to recover the meaning attributed by the actor. To accomplish these tasks of sociologists had to put themselves in the actor's place and imagine what these meanings were or could have been. So now we have to study about the what is or what do you mean by the interpretive sociology. What do you mean by interpretive sociology? Students, listen very carefully. Interpretive sociology is an approach. It was developed by Max Weber and focused on understanding the meaning of social action. It deals with the meanings people associate to the social world. So what I said, I am repeating it once again. Interpretive sociology, it's a new term for all of you. It is an approach. It was developed by Max Weber and focused on understanding the meaning of social action. It deals with the meanings people associated to the social world. Okay? Now, in the sociological aspects, Max Weber's primary focus on the structure of society. The elements like the class, status, and power. Similar to Marx, Weber also saw class as economically determined. Both status and class determined as individuals' power or influence over ideas. Unlike Marx, Max Weber also believed that these ideas formed the base of society. So students, you understood what is the interpretive sociology? Next, now we will discuss about the relative to interpretive sociology is the social action. In sociology, Weber studied social action, also known as, is an act which takes into account the actions and reactions of individuals or agents like that. According to Max Weber, an action is social if the acting individual takes account of the behavior of others and is thereby oriented in its course. Okay, the basic concepts was primarily developed in the non-positivist theory of Max Weber to observe how human behavior relates to cause and effect in the social realm. For Weber, sociology is the study of society and behavior and must therefore look at the heart of interaction. The theory of social action, more than structural functionalist position, accepts and assumes that the human vary their actions according to social context and how it will affect other people when a potential reaction is not desirable. The action is modified accordingly. Action can mean either a basic action or an advanced social action, which not only has a meaning but it directed at other actors and causes action. According to the Max Weber, he said that sociology is a science whose object is to interpret the meaning of social action and thereby give a casual explanations on the way in which the action proceeds and the effect which it produces. By action in this definition is meant the human behavior when and to the extent that the agent or the agent see it as subjectively meaningful. The meaning to which we refer may be either the meaning actually intended either by an individual agent on a particular historical occasion or by a number of agents on an approximate average in a given set of cases. So students, I hope you understood. According to the Max Weber, very simply I can say that social action means, or social action known as Weberian social action. First of all, you have to remember that social actions, it has different types of meaning, but we are studying the Weber social action is an act which takes into account the actions and reactions of individuals or agents or groups Max Weber said, an action is social if the acting individual takes account of the behavior of others and is thereby oriented in its course. That is known as social action. According to Max Weber, he said that there are four ideal types of social actions, which are goal rational social action, value rational social action, effective social action, and traditional social action. You just remember the types, that is four types of social actions we have. One is goal rational social action, value rational social action, effective social action, and traditional social action. These are the four types of social action. Some examples of social action: covering your mouth when you cough in public. Example: dressing in a suit for a job interview to impress and meet the expectations of the situation. Understood? Now, what do you mean by the social action? Marx said that a behavior by an individual during an interactions to which the individual attaches or he or she can create meaning based on others' interpretations or responses to the act. Understood now? Now we will see our book. Page number is 79. In the book for Weber, social action included all human behavior that was meaningful, that is, action to which actors attached a meaning. In studying social action, the sociologist's task was to recover the meaning attributed by the actor. To accomplish the task of sociologists had to put themselves in the actor's place and imagine what these meanings were or could have been. Sociology was thus a systematic form of empathetic understanding. What is empathetic understanding? That is an understanding based on feeling for sympathy. So what do you mean by the empathetic understanding? That is means understanding based on feeling or sympathy, but feeling with empathy. The empathy understanding which sociologists derive from the access of subjective meaning and motivations of social actors. Weber was among the first to discuss the special and complex kind of objectivity that the social sciences had to cultivate. The social world was founded by subjective human meanings, value, feelings, prejudices, ideals, and so on. In studying this world, the social sciences inevitably had to deal with these subjective meanings. In order to capture these meanings and describe them accurately, social scientists had to constantly practice empathetic understanding by putting themselves in the place of the people whose action they were studying. By this investigation had to be done objectively even though it was concerned with subjective matter. Thus, empathetic understanding required the sociologist to faithfully record the subjective meaning and motivation of social actors without allowing his or her own personal beliefs and opinion to influence this process in any way. On the other hand, sociologists were meant to describe the subjective feeling of others. Now I have to clear the views. What is the subjective and empathetic understanding, right? Weber identified two main ways in which sociologists should try to understand social situations. The first is the observational understanding. That means direct observational understanding. And the second one is, which is often referred to as the empathetic understanding. Empathetic understanding. Weber identified two main ways in which sociologists should try to understand the social situation. The first is the direct observational understanding, and another one is the empathetic understanding. Weber also argues that sociologists should interpret the meaning of an act in terms of the thoughts, feelings, and motives that have given rise to it. Many sociology textbooks simplify this is an understanding social action by putting yourself in the shoes of the person you are studying. In order to comprehend their feelings and motives, Weber also said that the empathetic understanding is needed for us. Second thing is that the same in interpretive sociology for Max Weber. Max Weber also said that empathetic thinking. Now, sociology for Max Weber is a science which attempts the interpretive understanding of social action in order to thereby to arrive at a causal explanation of its course and effect. That is, according to Max Weber said that. And subjectivity. According to Max Weber, subjectivity means opinion based on personal impression that were influenced by bias and prejudices. So students, I hope I can clear your views. That is the subjective and the objective in the Max Weber's theory, interpretive sociology. Today we learn lots of new terms, that is interpretive understanding, and next one is the social action. Then we learn empathetic understanding. In the empathetic understanding, we have seen both the terms, that is one is sympathy and empathy. Next one, that is objectivity and subjectivity. So students, I know that's the theory of Max Weber, like the interpretive sociology or another one remain, that is bureaucracy. Max Weber theory is a little bit tough, but no need to worry. I'm requesting to all of you, please read out the pages what I am saying now. Page number 78 in your NCERT book. In your NCERT book, page number 78 and 79 and page number 80. So students, please, I'm requesting to all of you, please read out the pages. If you will face any difficulty or any question or any queries, please you can ask it in my Zoom class. Note it down. After that, I will solve your questions or your problems. Okay, so this much only. Thank you everyone.